Girls basketball action last night in the Greater St. Helens League. RA Long hosting Hockinson. Let's take you through the highlights. First, it's Sienna Brown, who had a really good game for Hockinson. Gets a 3-ball off the glass to give the Hawks a 3-0 lead. Bree Box responds for RA Long with a jumper of her own, and Bree put together a big first quarter. Hawks get a 3-point advantage here after an Annie Vossler layup, but Box continuing to do work for RA Long. Tough drive around two Hawk defenders makes it 6-5 RA Long. Jill's now leading 8-5, and in transition, Box is going to get another layup. This makes it 10-5 Jills, and they would add another free throw to take an 11-5 lead into the second quarter. Head coach Damon Roche going over instructions with his team, and they would respond. Brown with a layup, and then a steal off of a Lumberjill inbound leads to a breakaway for Kendall Lawson. This makes it 13-11 Jills. Hawks would tie things up. Vossler finding Olivia Kokenauer down low. 13 all heading into the locker room. Jill strike first out of the locker room thanks to Alana Brown. There's 2 of her 4 points. But the Hawks would take the lead and never look back. After they tie things up with a shot from Kokenauer, Lawson drives to the cup to give the Hawks an 18-15 lead. And a nice drive there by Brown after a crossover makes it 22-15. Lawson with a tough runner here into contact. 24-15 Hockinson, and they would just keep on coming. Lila Taylor here from Edurne Moreno. J.D. Ott going over instructions with his Lumberjills as the Jills only score 5 in the third quarter, looking for answers in the fourth. Brown just continuing to dominate the ball game. Nobody home on defense here as Brown just drives it straight to the cup. That makes it 42-18. Hawks close it out. Final score in this one, 48-18 Hockinson, 1-0 on the season, 1-0 in league play, 19 for Brown. Here with head coach for the Hockinson Hawks, Damon Roche. Coach, you guys started out slow and ended up in the locker room 13-13 in a really close, kind of sloppy first half. What was the difference there in the second half?
Super sloppy, no doubt about it. Absolutely, it's not the way we want to play. We're obviously inexperienced. We graduated 8 seniors last year, so we're still trying to figure ourselves out. But I just challenged them a little bit to step up the game. I know they could play harder like they did in the second half. I've seen them at practice. They're just inexperienced, and they just are scared to really do what we do at practice. And so I just challenge them to play like we play at practice. And that's what you saw in the second half. Still a lot of polishing to do, okay? But that's much more how we should play. We're still missing some kids. Our one senior is still out from our injury, head concussion, and missing a couple other kids sick. So that's a good sign for us. I'll tell you that. That's a good sign. I mean, they rose to the challenge. They really did.
Main reason tonight, you get great contribution from Sienna Brown. You mentioned her last year in the playoff game when she was a sophomore as a player that was going to be up and coming that might have been leaned on in that playoff game against Mark Morris. In the opener this year, she looks like she's ready to carry the team.
She is. And tonight we had talk, even at halftime, talked to her again. She is such an unselfish kid that I think she feels like she shouldn't shoot the ball every time, but I'm telling her that her team will love her to death just as much, and that she's got to, because she is right now our returning best player with most experience, and it's okay if she takes 10 shots in a row. And she's just got to get comfortable with that role, and nobody's going to say a word. We want her to be that role. I think Sienna can score 20 every night if she wants to.
Ideally, every team wants to say that they have a chance to finish first place every year. Have you mentioned 8 seniors gone now? You still got Seekins and Don Brown from a team last year that went to the playoffs. But realistically, what's your goal and expectation for this team this year and what you want to accomplish?
So, correct. We are definitely not looked at as a playoff contender, being that we lost everything, but I think we can pull stuff together and maybe scrap our way into the playoffs. I would like to see us get there. I'm not concerned with where we land. I just want to get this team to feel the playoffs, experience the playoffs, and they're phenomenal kids, smart kids, good athletes. And I think we're going to keep polishing things up. And if we can just scrap our way into the playoffs, I think you never know.
Well, Coach, great effort here tonight. Great job on the defensive pressure there in the second half. Look forward to seeing where you guys go this year. Congratulations.
Right, thank you.